Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer, and we are playing Hearts of Iron 4 in the brand new Man the Gun expansion, where we, as Japan, are trying to build up a torpedo-focused navy, but in the meantime we are squirreling a little bit with the Soviets. We did lose last time our border skirmish, so that was unfortunate. This time I do want to focus a little bit on something different. We have just finished up researching let's go to the naval tab, the active sonar and the depth charge thrower. So we want to put that to use. We want to design a new ship. So let's go to the ship designer. This is the first time we are using it. That is why I wanted to showcase it on screen, even though it's just a small ship, to be honest. So let's get over to destroyer, because our anti-submarine warfare platform is probably going to be based on a destroyer. We could start with the basic platform, so with the early destroyer hull, and just, use that blank template. Add a light battery, a gun battery, and add anti-submarine warfare units, depth charges like such, and we could add a sonar like this, and this would already be a very good platform, to be honest. So we could save that for 20 naval experience. It would be good. I would be super happy with this ship. Oh, actually, you are chance to hit naval mines in deep oceans. Yeah, you're not that good in deep oceans, actually. Minus 50% attack. Well, yeah. Do we want to use that, though? No. And there's one reason for that. We have quite a couple of the Mutsaki class kicking around over here, so we can actually create a variant of this and replace these torpedoes here with depth charges. These depth charges with slightly more modern depth charges. This fire control module with a sonar buoy, and leave it at that. And that would cost us 15 naval experience, so slightly less. It also keeps the torpedo tubes in here, and I did test that out. So if you want to upgrade a ship, and if you keep a module in, there's no additional cost for keeping it in, or you don't get a reimbursement for ripping it out. So this would cost more to build new, but to upgrade, it's just as expensive if we remove this or whether we keep it in. So you know what? Let's keep it in. It does give us some, or it does leave us with some torpedo attack. We are gonna use a slightly different symbol for that. We don't have that many symbols around, but this one to me is not an anti-submarine warfare thing. There isn't really any, but you know what? Let's use the crab, because why not? We are going to keep the naming of his historical destroyers, and we are going to call that probably Umikaze class. So, Umikaze class, and just for the sake of clarity, we're going to say, specify that is an anti-submarine warfare platform, with a very small secondary torpedo capability. Good. Although, you know what, I think it might be more expensive to repair that if it ever gets hit. On the other hand, it's an anti-submarine warfare platform. We don't expect it to be hit. It should be in areas where there's no threat. We could, of course, also end anti-air usage, but you know what? The price would go up so drastically that I don't think that is worthwhile. So, yeah, I like this. Let's use it. So, now that we have designed that, we can, well, of course, either, produce an entirely new destroyer of that class, or we can actually go over here and use our existing Mutsaki class. We can actually, of course, use any class to convert that, but since it's based on that design, it's a little bit closer to that. That I think is fine. So yeah, we are actually gonna build that up to the Umikaze class. It's fairly inexpensive to do so, and you can see all of the changes. It does give us a lot more sub-detection, a lot more depth charge capability. So yeah, I think I like that. What we actually might want to do is use multiple of these at the same time to the Umikaze class. Yes. And you as well. Okay, I have to click through all of this. That's fine. I'm going to keep one ship in here just to make sure that the naming and all of that is preserved. But yeah. So we are refitting these, and I think that's very lovely. Since we are at that, we can also look at some of the other variants, and in particular our carriers. So what I would like for our carriers, both the Suryu class and the Ruju class, So the Ruju class is carrying just 2 installed modules of hangars, I think. So that does give us the capability of launching 40 aircraft. And the advantage is it's fairly fast, whereas the Suruju is using more modules, which does make it less fast and basically not able to keep up with our very fast Congo class ships. So, well, still I think more deck space is better, but what we can do is create a variant over here where we simply up the anti-air equipment just a little bit. It doesn't need to be too much. We're going to keep the secondaries, of course, because if they are in already, that's fine. So we are going to call this the Soju Mark 1. Oh, no, you know what? Let's call it Soju 1937. Variant 1937. I think that's fine. Good. So just a small change really, not that much to write home about, but still a nice change. So yeah, all of these are now outdated. We should probably do the same thing for the converted battleship hulls. No, not this one. These ones actually. We do need 2 of these. Well, do we really need the secondary modules? It's not that expensive. I think we can keep it. Oh, but we can't actually buy that because we are subject to the naval treaty. So yeah, actually not. On the other hand, the converted cruiser hull does still fit in that category. So yeah, we are going to equip that with slightly better anti-air equipment at the cost of a little bit of speed. But I think that's fine. So let's call this the Suho variant 1937, just with a slightly upgraded air arm. So yeah, lovely to see. And I do find it nice that they automatically decommission that. So it's a nice touch. We could try to touch our battleships, but honestly, they're so close to the ability of us to upgrade that. So we could upgrade that to cost of 10,000, but that would be it. On the Congo, we could do a fairly good rehaul. We're not going to do that right now because I didn't want to build one of these. Because I do not, I might want to upgrade the aircrafts at the same time. And on the other heavy cruiser likewise. So yeah, we're going to keep the upgrades for now as they are. And probably going to look at I'm probably going to put a cut in here. And do a little bit of the land combat, build up towards the land combat against China, but I can do that off camera. So yeah, I think I'm going to just put a little pause in here because it's sort of a small episode. Yeah, still, why not post a small episode? Just because we did want to enjoy the new naval build-up. I really, really like it. If you've seen my series on ruled waves, you'll know that I'm really a sucker for naval design. So yeah, very happy to see that. Very happy to see what Paradox has done with that. I did get a free copy, but I'm saying that not because of that, but still just full disclosure there. So yeah, very much happy to see that. So yeah, let me know what you think about the naval designer. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Oh, one more thing. Just because that happened right after I stopped the last episode, we did get this event. So the US Congress passes the Neutrality Act. With tensions rising around the globe, the US Congress has been the scene of intense discussions about the role of the United States should play on the world stage. Many members are concerned that President Franklin Delano Roosevelt might secretly be planning to intervene in a European or Asian war. Some still remember the role the country played in the Great War, so the First World War, and are anxious to keep the United States out of foreign entanglements. Eager to show up support for his proposed programs of economic reform, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt has signed the Neutrality Act into law, which places heavy restrictions on trade with nations at war and specifically prohibits the president from offering any kind of support to other nations. Let the giant sleep. So, of course, we know historically that is not what played out in the end, but for now it's good to see that the US is still not quite aggressive. And that is nice to see. We're also seeing that they are adjusting the Agricultural Adjustment Act, so yeah, it's nice to see that they are doing the not war missions on them, so just continuing the economic build-up. We hope, ultimately, that our torpedoes will sink them. Thank you guys for watching. Just wanted to share that with you. Bye-bye.